Everybody, we got the microphone. We'll do the usual embargo, please, for 10:30 this evening, and we'll do the couple of questions in Spanish before that embargo.
Good afternoon, Pep. I'm just wondering, what's the value of winning a trophy, your first trophy of a football club? Obviously, you won at Barcelona, you've won at Bayern Munich. If you win the FA Cup or the Champions League or the Premier League, what's the value of that first trophy as a platform or a foundation to then move forward?
Well, winning titles, of course, is important. I told the clubs want to win the title, so I'm not thinking about. Of course, winning help for the future, but I think the club has a plan for the long term, and it doesn't matter the players, the managers, so they are keep going in that sense. And but of course, winning titles is important, and winning games.
What sort of shape or condition is Gabriel Jesus in? Is he in the sort of shape that you might think about starting him against Crystal Palace?
Yeah, he's fit. He's no injuries. It's already 3 weeks with us, so he's fit, shape. So we're going to see tomorrow.
With that in mind as well, Pep, Vincent Kompany, the last time he started for you was at Crystal Palace as well. Where is he now in the scheme of going forward?
Fit. He's ready.
Will he be involved this weekend?
I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, but he's fit, he's ready. He's ready. Last game was in the bench, that means it was fit. If not, would have not been there.
Are you confident that he's okay to start a match as well? I know it's different scenarios.
When they are on the bench, it's because they can start all the game, yeah.
Pep, after the game against Tottenham, you mentioned a bewilderment almost at the interpretation of the rules in England. Have you spoken to Mike Riley again about what happened last week?
Don't talk anymore about that. I saw many times after the 1 month ago about that, but now I learn perfectly. So no comments about that. I don't like to take my energy about that.
That's fair enough, but in terms of the different interpretations of the rules in England compared to maybe Spain or Germany, does that mean you've got to do slightly different things in terms of your tactics or your team selections or anything like that? It just seems that things seem to be a little bit different here.
No, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about that. No. So it's different, but no comments.
Pep, you have to travel again, but Crystal Palace was a good ground for you last time. Maybe it was a pivotal performance for your side as well, and Yaya was back and scoring. Yeah, is it more of the same that you want from this one, obviously?
It was a real tough game. I think it was one of the worst games we played that season. So, but we won, and when that's happened, everybody is it's perfect. Everything is perfect, but we didn't play good. So I imagine a tough game in FA Cup. Every game is complicated in that sense. So so it will be tough for the stadium, for of course the position, the situation from Crystal Palace, and because it's away, and of course we want to go through in that competition, and of course it's a final for us.
Pep, if I ask you another one, please. Carlo Ancelotti said some kind things or understanding things this week in terms of how you're both doing at new clubs respectively, and said it's not you or him that need to change, it's the players that need to adapt to that ways that will bring you ultimately the wins that you've come here for. How do you feel about that?
It's a mix. So what the most important thing we have to be agreed, the players and the manager around the world, is with one idea we're going to play, we're going to live in every day. That is the most important thing. It's all the players, they they sit down all together and they decide we want to play in that way. For me, it's perfect, but every player is going to decide the way they play, his own convenience. They are not going to think about his teammate, what is the best for this teammate, or what this teammate or his friend, because every player has his own way of play or his style. So the manager had to put the idea on the table and try to convince them to follow them, and as much players are involved in that idea, so much success you will be in the future.
Hi, Pep. I believe you were at the FA Youth Cup game last night. I just wondered your opinion of the players technically, particularly in comparison with younger players you've worked with in the past.
In the team. Yeah, we follow them from the beginning, and there are 3 or 4 or 5 players with a huge talent in that age, and I think they will be able to play in that club in the future. And they play good, and we are delighted because the club work. Brian Marwood and all the people in the academy work for the long time really well, and the scouting in the youth team is really good, and they contact with players. They are working for a long time, in the same idea, and there are many players with a good perspective for the future. We are delighted of that.
Hi, Pep. Are there any plans to use any of those youth players tomorrow? And similarly, Nolito hasn't played for a while, and there's been a few times where he hasn't been on the bench at all. Is there any reason for that? Is he
No, we have 7 strikers. It's a lot, and of course I tried to rotation, and he played in the beginning a lot. We didn't have in that moment. Leroy was not fit, and Jesus played again 2 or 3 games, and after the last game didn't play. I try to be involved everybody, and of course I decide it depends of what I see. And the opponents in the training sessions every day, and how they play in the last games and the previous games, and after I decide.
And about the youth team players, have you got any plans to use them tomorrow?
The youth, no. They played yesterday. But in the future, hopefully Manchester City can use them.
Hi, Pep. Willie Caballero played in the last round against West Ham. Is he going to play again this weekend, or would it be good to keep Claudio in the team?
Tomorrow is going to play Willie.
Okay.
Any questions in Spanish, guys? Start with Danny first.
Hola, Pep. Demà, quan jugueu contra el Palace d'Allardyce, haureu jugat contra tots els tècnics britànics de la Premier. I trobes característiques comunes entre tots aquests equips, i si el Bournemouth d'Eddie Howe és el que és una mica més diferent?
Voy a pensar. Sí, és veritat que els entrenadors anglesos juguen a la forma que han crescut i que senten. Però el futbol en general és molt similar. Jo crec que els equips que volen jugar més probablement és el Tottenham i el Chelsea, especialment el Tottenham, i els altres juguen un futbol molt típic anglès.
So, what do you think about English managers' football style? Is Eddie Howe, the manager of Bournemouth, the most different one among them? So the managers here play the way they have been brought up and the way they feel. Probably most of the teams have a similar football style, except maybe Tottenham or Chelsea. They play a little bit different, but the rest they play the typical English way.
Buenas tardes, Pep. José Álvarez para Jugones de la Sexta. Como entrenador, siempre has disputado la Champions, al igual que el Manchester City las últimas 6 temporadas. Llegado el Ecuador de la temporada en la que 6 equipos están disputándose muy igualadamente los 4 primeros puestos, ¿considerarías un fracaso no entrar en Champions la temporada que viene?
Ya lo veremos. Al final de año lo decidiremos cómo ha ido el año.
Pero estando tan igualados los equipos, ¿lo contemplas o...?
Final de año veremos cómo estamos.
There's 6 teams involved in the fight for end up in the top 4 in the Premier League. Would it be a failure for Manchester City to stay out of the top 4? We will see at the end of the season.
Okay, guys, run that embargo, please, for 10.